We continue to follow that major breaking news overseas. Hamas releasing all 20 living hostages held in Gaza, all part of a historic ceasefire deal with Israel. These are new pictures just coming in, showing some of those hostages reuniting with their families for the first time in more than 700 days. Meanwhile, thousands have returned to Gaza since the ceasefire began last Friday. News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez live in the newsroom with the latest developments on this. And Stephanie, President Trump is in Israel this morning for this historic moment.
Yes, Justin, he's there at Israel's parliament getting ready to speak. We're hearing from other Israeli leaders before the president. He should be speaking in the next hour. He did meet with those hostages that were released as well earlier this morning. Now, this is all part of the ceasefire agreement that President Trump helped broker. And it was an incredible moment overnight. It was the first glimpse of freedom for 7 of the 20 Israeli hostages that were released after 2 years in captivity. Israel's prime minister said that the historic moment marks the beginning of a new path of building and healing. We do want to take you now to some live pictures from Tel Aviv. Massive crowds have been gathered in the streets to celebrate this milestone. And as you said, Israel has now seen all of the remaining 20 hostages released, and that has just added to the joy in the streets. We did hear from President Trump ahead of his arrival. Here's what he had to say on Air Force One.
The war is over, okay? You understand that? Everybody is happy, and I think it's going to stay that way.
Hundreds of Palestinian prisoners are also set to be released as part of this swap. Meantime, since the fighting stopped last Friday, thousands have returned to northern Gaza to find their homes in ruins. Now, dozens of trucks carrying humanitarian aid surged into Gaza over the weekend, with hundreds more expected in the coming days. Again, President Trump is set to speak before the parliament in just a little while here. And then after that, he's going to chair a summit over in Egypt to figure out what the next steps are, which could include a multinational peacekeeping force there in the region. Reporting in the newsroom, Stephanie Rodriguez, News 6.